With the rise of technology, a new and modern approach of online learning has been developed for students to utilize. Specifically, with the COVID-19 pandemic dramatically changing the course of the world, all educational institutions have turned to using online education to some degree. With this new style of learning still being relatively new, it's important to understand both the benefits and downsides one can have if they use virtual learning. First, let's go over the pros. One of the many benefits of online learning is how it can be done anywhere and the flexibility it offers towards students. In fact, researcher Kelsey Miller from Northeastern University noticed that students who were placed in an online learning setting were able to experience more flexibility within their scheduling and overall daily life. As a student myself, I was able to take my classes wherever I wanted, which was really convenient, as shown in this clip above. Having this convenience factor can be something really valuable to students who might have to miss being physically present in class due to certain life circumstances or events happening that prevent them from attending school. With online learning, there is less of a mandatory constraint that's placed on the students, which can help take off pressure. As a result, students can feel more at ease and learn at a more self-paced level because of online learning. One other benefit of online learning is that it is a lot more cost-effective for students and the school itself. By only requiring an internet-accessible device, schools are able to save a lot more money due to the lack of required materials and staff needed. For students, this means having tuition fees drastically lowered because students do not have to be paying for these extra materials. This trend can be seen in the graph depicted above with all types of schools. With tuition being lower with online learning, more opportunities are open to students who come from low-income backgrounds and can now obtain education a lot more easily. Now let's go over some of the downsides of online learning. One of the first issues with online learning is that students are more likely to experience mental health issues. Because online learning prioritizes such an individualized experience for students, many students often feel disconnected from their peers. Because of this lack of physical interaction, many students feel as if they don't have this foundation or support system from their peers around them. Many students tend to feel isolated and secluded as they are going through their educational process alone. In fact, data from the American Psychological Association has shown that students in online course environments tend to experience feelings of loneliness more often compared to people in in-person classes. And this can lead to a downwards trend in a student's overall mental health by developing mental health related disorders such as depression, anxiety, and many more. Moving forward, virtual learning has also been seen to have a direct negative impact on the overall student academic achievement. Journalist Denise Ordway has pointed out that studies have proven that students who spent high school learning virtually have a 50% graduation rate, while those who were in person had an 83% graduation rate. This gap is largely due to the fact that online help resources are not as effective and developed as compared to help from real in-person scenarios. Because of this, virtual students are more likely to have lower success rates on tests and assignments because material cannot be fully understood online as if it were in person. Miranda Sear from the College Times noted that because in-person learning is a lot more active and involved, it makes it a lot easier for students to understand material and pass the class. Because students in in-person learning scenarios are more likely to experience more engagement and activity levels in their classes, this is why they tend to have higher test grades and graduation status compared to the online counterparts. Overall, online education has both its doubts and its benefits. But what is most important is that the student is able to choose their style of education that best suits themselves. E-learning might be more beneficial to those students who are in more special and unique circumstances, while in-person learning might be more beneficial to those who learn in a more traditional sense. But once again, after seeing both the positives and the negatives, it's ultimately up to the student to decide which method will work best for them.